If you're an illegal immigrant in this country, you should not be getting any kind of welfare, EBT, government benefits,
They're not
Section
eligible.
8, anything else. You should not even be here in the first place. And so I don't want to hear
course.
illegal immigrants crying about the fact that now they're getting kicked off of
Section 8, off of EBT, off of welfare, off of public housing, because this
was never for you in the first place. My taxpayer dollars, of which, by the way, I get a 6-figure tax bill every single year. Those dollars should not be going towards illegal immigrants.
being in America and getting EBT, welfare, government benefits, Section 8, being able to live in public housing, none of this stuff. Again, there is no welfare for illegal immigrants.
And I don't care what anybody has to say about this. That's the truth.
A lot of us don't like to talk about this fella because he's full of hate and misinformation, like what y'all just saw here. The misinformation is purposeful, because just in case y'all didn't know, undocumented immigrants, because no human being is illegal, are generally not eligible for public federal assistance, like public aid housing, EBT cards, and other forms of welfare. Folks that are eligible have some form of status and therefore would not be quote-unquote illegal, como dice este vato cara de pato, like asylum seekers, for example. And sure, there are some mixed status families that have access to some of this assistance, but that's because the assistance is going towards U.S. citizens that were born in this country. But in this video, he repeats the same thing over and over again. EBT, Section 8, public housing, and then again, and again, and again, because that's how you create propaganda, so that people that listen to him, that don't do their research, that don't know anybody that's undocumented, will just believe it. And people in power and wealthy folks would much rather poor Americans that are unhappy with their lives put the blame on immigrants for taking these assistance programs rather than the people in power that are cutting and slashing support towards them. This video is not for him. He's not going to change his mind. He knows exactly what he's doing. I do think it's valuable to call out the misinformation, because if only a few folks get to listen to us, mention how they're focused on the wrong problem, and it gets them thinking, I think that's a win. Let me say one final thing here. There is a lot of Americans born and raised that are getting kicked out of programs, that are losing eligibility, that are going to lose assistance that they need. If he's so concerned about American benefits, I wonder why he's not talking about that. Those folks like him don't care about poor Americans, but they do care about using immigrants as scapegoats. We all know this tactic. Familia, I have so much more to say, but what do you all think about this? Anything he said or I said? And if you support immigrants, please don't forget to follow and share. Thank you.